welcome to WRPV and WRPV Studios. We live in paradise, and we have some really cool things to do here. But some of the things that we get to do, we that we would be able to get to do, we don't know about. And we here at WRPV try to kind of find all these little gems, okay, that give you something to do other than all the things that you're used to seeing everywhere. Well, with me is Coach Brad. How you doing, Coach?
Thank you. It's my pleasure. Happy to be here.
So you have a company called Play45.
That's correct.
And it's really interesting on how it started and why it started. So my question to you is, because you're talking about coaching and sports and stuff like that, what experience did you have, so that you can open a company like this?
Well, first of all, we're a company that provides PE services for small private schools all across Florida. And what gave us this idea to create Play45 out of this physical education service is trying to get kids active, building them to want to get out and get exercise, be healthier. And so we asked children as a homework assignment in our PE program, play 45 minutes a day.
Of anything, any sport?
Anything. Whether they were playing an organized sport, getting in the backyard and just playing on their own playground equipment, maybe going for a walk with the family after supper. They would get credit for their homework assignment, and at the end of the quarter, if their parents signed off, they would get a reward from their PE coach.
Okay, so I get it, because I'm older than dirt, okay, and when I was a kid, we didn't have this, we didn't have a cell phone. We were, and I know it's cliche, we were told, go out and play until dinner, and then I'll call you in. And we constantly were doing exercise. We were playing tag, we were playing football, we were playing basketball. We were doing all kinds of stuff. And it didn't have to be an organized sport. It could be just a bunch of people getting together and chasing one another. But we were doing all kinds of things to give our bodies exercise and stuff, and that has stopped. And you're trying to bring it back.
We're trying to bring it back. Now, as a professional physical education teacher, teachers don't make a ton of money.
That's correct.
So another part of Play45 is offering our services to bring an awesome birthday party or event to a child who wants to have a party.
Okay, no child anymore wants a clown.
No.
There's not one kid that wants a clown at his party. Okay, so get over that thought. So what do you bring to the table? I have an 11-year-old boy. I don't. I wish I did, but my daughter's already older. What do you bring to the table? So I'm having a party for my 11-year-old. I call you up. I go to Play45, and I want you to come. What are you going to bring to the table to the party?
Well, there's a couple of different options. First, you could pick one of our sport-themed parties where we're bringing the child's favorite sport. Maybe it's soccer, flag football, baseball. We could do volleyball, tennis, golf, you name it. Because we're professional physical education teachers, we do this on a day-to-day basis anyway. Matter of fact, I like to say we're physical education teachers by day, but heroes by night. And so we're bringing any sport that child would want to be involved with, and we're going to create a Super Bowl experience. We'll have the music playing that they would hear on TV for the Super Bowl. We would create special warm-up drills to make them feel like they're on the big stage. We'll put them through some drills that highlights the skills that sport has, and then prepare them for a game, all on this special day. It'll be a memory they'll never forget.
Okay, so when you came in, what intrigues me is that you could go in so many directions in what you do, which means you can cover almost every child's want and needs to get exercise. And no matter what you say and what you do, almost every kid loves laser tag. Okay?
Yes, well, you talked about so many kids on their video game as their after-school activity. And we find ways to get them in the game. So laser tag is one of the components we've added to our options for birthday parties, and it's become very popular. We're able to create missions that these children are experiencing in their video game and they love it.
Right, because in the video game, they're just standing sedentary, not getting any exercise except for their fingers, ruining their back and their neck, okay, because it's very bad. The weight of your head on your spine is not good. Same thing with cell phones. So with that, you brought the game from the screen to real life.
Yes. Most of our parties can happen around an hour and a half versus maybe 2 hours of activity. And it's amazing to see these children overexert themselves and have a great time while they're doing it. They don't even realize how much energy they put out.
Right, and how much exercise they're getting.
And how much exercise they actually get. Parents love it. They get to see their kids out running and smiling and laughing with their friends and enjoy what they love to do, which is get into that game mode mentality.
As a PE educator, and I'm going back 112 years to when I was a kid, okay, the whole idea was to get everybody involved. And you can't get 20 people involved at someone's house with a video game. It just doesn't happen. They're going to fight over the controllers and stuff like that. Here, and I was 11 years old, boy, playing with Army or playing Man from U.N.C.L.E., which was a spy thing. We loved that, and we're not only getting physical exercise, but we're getting mental exercise along with it. And the equipment is just so amazing. You know, when we were kids, our cell phone was 2 cups and a string, okay? Today, the laser tag is not this big clunky vest that they used to have. It's one gun that has sensors on it, and you can hold that up, actually. So this is the gun, and it has a sensor on it right here.
That's correct.
Okay, and it's lightweight, and you used to wear this big, heavy, clunky vest.
And you'll still find adventure parks using those big vests that are cumbersome. When we're here in Florida and we want our kids to experience a fun activity outside without all the, shade options that you might have in an adventure park, we're going to create a lightweight gun that they can hold. The sensors come also on a hat that gives the more advanced players the chance they can't hide so well.
And we were talking about that because I said, well, the vest had all these sensors on it. But then you came up with, well, true, but the gun has a sensor, which is you hold where the vest would normally be. And the head thing, you don't stand on your head and hide. So your head is the last thing that's going to find a place to hide.
That's
so
correct.
You're right. It's going to pick up, and I never thought of that way.
Correct. Now we're doing parties during the day, obviously. Some of our more popular events are happening when the sun comes down. We have lights on the taggers here for our night play. We have scopes for day and night so they can see what they're aiming at.
Oh, wow.
And the taggers are completely computerized, letting the child know instantly how much life they have, how much ammo they have left, or how many kills or attacks they've had on themselves.
Wow.
And so
technology has really upped the game, in my opinion. Now, I guess you're there with a computer, and all this information goes to your computer? Is that how it works?
Yes, the marshal can easily change the game. And you talked about maybe modifying it for a handicap or somebody who is more experienced. We might make their tagger a little bit less ammo or something. We'll give them a handicap so he doesn't take everybody out in the first round.
That is so cool. How many people can play laser tag? How many units do you have that you can put people in?
Well, most of our parties we're ranging about 16. That's a good number to have in a field. But we've done bigger events. Maybe it's a family gathering. Maybe it's a youth group. We get a lot of those. And we'll have up to 30 kids.
All right, so you get to the party, and you say an hour and a half, 2 hours. That encompasses playing and teaching the kids how to use the equipment, I guess. Um, if it's a birthday party, are you involved in the whole party, or are you just involved in this physical part? Like, do you stay for the cutting of the cake, for argument's sake? Do you become part of that, or are you there? We know your main focus is kids need to get physical exercise, and you make it fun. But the truth of the matter is, it's more than just fun. It's really important, and we've lost sight of how important physical exercise is. And you have now brought it to a new level where people can do it, but until I mean, as I said, they don't even know that they're getting physical exercise. They're out just having a great time.
Well, we start behind the scenes. So, like you mentioned, if you were to call me and start inquiring about a birthday party, we're going to start running you through a lot of different ideas of how to make your party very successful. Matter of fact, a couple of tips would be: one, invite your participants out about a half an hour before the activity starts. That way you've covered the latecomers and they haven't missed a beat. It doesn't throw off the flow of the party. I'll tell parents that are on a budget, great way to have a party under a tight budget is schedule it between 2 and 4. Most parents aren't expecting their children to be fed lunch if it's in between lunch and dinner, right?
Oh, yeah.
So we give these parents ideas of, don't be afraid to book a party early in the morning, like at 9. Serve donuts instead of cake. And that's becoming very popular. You're beating the heat of the day. Mm-hmm. The kids can run around and not have the 2 o'clock sun beating down on them. So we throw out these ideas to help the parents choose wisely what they want to do for their party. Look for other things that we can help them prevent a so we're looking at what their plan is, and we're giving them suggestions.
So you're prepping them.
We prep them really well. Then we come out and we bring the activity. And we're PE teachers, so they love that we're safety first.
Okay.
That's very big with us. We're used to working with all different ages, and so we can modify and deal with a curveball. Let's say it starts raining in the middle of a party. No problem. We're used to that out on the field all the time.
Right.
And the show must go on. We don't stop. We keep going with Plan B. So we'll always have a Plan B.
It's amazing how much thought and effort went into starting something that you tout as fun, which it is, but it's really so much more, because you're 100% correct. In the back of this whole thing is, let's get our kids healthy again. Let's get them to do the exercise. Let's get them to do what they have to do. We're getting to the top of time. How do people find you? You have a website?
We do.
Okay, what is it?
www.play45.org.
Okay, .org. And I know you have a phone number.
We do.
So it's 844, what is it?
844-I-PLAY-45.
Okay. So when you see it on screen, it's not an L, it's an I play 45. How much advance notice do people have to give you?
We like at least a week's notice. For scheduling purposes, we have to make sure staff is available, that time slot is available, and that we have time to help you prepare your party. So a week's notice is great.
How many people go out?
One coach per party is typical. We do occasionally have additional staff go out for larger parties, but that's something we work out in between or ahead of time.
So it's really important that when you contact him, you have the basics so that he knows what he's working with, so that it would be the best experience that you could possibly deliver to these kids. Coach, I want to thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
Everybody, it's so important to use a professional, and let's get our kids active and doing exercise and going out and playing. And they don't have to look at it as exercise. They can look at it as just fun time. With that, everybody have a great day, and we'll be right back.